Oh, hi, thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Hello, my pigeons. I am back for another system video just because I wanted to explain it a bit more. I know I just uploaded the system video last night, as of when I'm recording this, but I wanted to explain a bit that I forgot in the first kind of part, I guess I should say. But first, I do want to say, since someone did ask in the comments of this is the first system video, I am completely open to questions. That's to be expected when you talk about stuff like this on the internet. So questions are completely fine as long as it's not something like inappropriate. I am completely open to questions. That's completely fine by me. I kind of just want to talk about my headspace a bit more and give you guys a bit more about what it's like inside my head. So like kind of inside my headspace. Not everyone with a dissociative disorder, not everyone's headspace looks the same. Like, for example, inside my head, anyone who's watched Voltron, inside my head, it kind of looks like King Alfor's chamber thing, where he had, like, the hologram. It can take, like, different environments, and there's kind of this control in the middle, where not certain any alter can, but where different alters can take control of that to front and have control over the body, and it can be one or a few alters to be co-fronting if it's multiple. Examples of this are Luna and Quinn fronting together, or sometimes it can be Quinn and Rain writing. Also, Rain fronting right now. Hey, I'm a bit more I'm a bit more comfortable on camera than Asher, so this is a bit easier. Also, I'm in the actual chair, not a stool, so probably scooch back a little bit from the camera. But it's kind of like just a big area where all of us are, and it takes different, like I said, it takes different environments, and we're all just kind of there on the edges of it. There's kind of the monsters in our head, and Foster is usually the one protecting us from them, because that is Foster's role in the system. And then for how everyone interacts, all of us, Amara interacts with everyone pretty positively. She interacts with everyone in a motherly way and just makes sure everyone is okay. And she doesn't front too often. She usually fronts when we're working with stuff outside or when we're taking care of someone. For example, say our girlfriend or our brother is upset, she will front to help calm them down. So she fronts in situations where we need to kind of take on a parental role or a caretaker role. So she interacts very positively with Nico, since Nico does not like being alone, and since Nico is the youngest out of us. And then Asher. Asher and I interact pretty positively, since we do most of the channel stuff, like editing and stuff. Quinn is usually the one writing scripts, but when it comes to like actually doing like actual channel stuff, it'll usually be Asher and I, so we'll usually interact pretty positively, especially. Oh shit. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. But Asher and I interact pretty positively. Atticus doesn't always interact the best with everyone else. He can get a little bit snappy. Usually interacts pretty fine with Elliot and Foster, but mostly because kind of the three of them understand each other. They are commonly called monsters, for reasons we will not be going into just yet. Especially Elliot. So the three of them kind of understand each other, and don't always interact the best with everyone else, especially the littles. But they do try their best. And Atticus often doesn't interact the best with people outside. Often Atticus and Elliot don't interact the best with people in general. Oftentimes when Elliot says stuff, he gets yelled at. So we try not to let Elliot front, not to let him front around people, just for his own sake. But shit happens. Onto Elliot. Speaking of Elliot, Elliot interacts pretty well with everyone else usually. We try not to let him interact with the littles too much, just because sometimes he can say things that are pretty inappropriate. But he does pretty well otherwise with everyone else, just not with other people. But when you all share the same headspace, you tend to at least try to understand. So they work on it usually. Foster, as I said, Foster, Elliot, and Atticus all work pretty well. Foster interacts especially well with Amara and Gizmo. Foster and Gizmo have a sibling relationship of sorts. And Foster has kind of an older brother relationship with everyone, but he is especially close with Gizmo. And then onto Quinn. Quinn and Frederick have a sister relationship. There are quite a few kind of sibling relationships within the headspace. And there are some groups who kind of work together despite all the fighting that can happen. And Genesis and Frederick do fight a lot. The littles fight a lot amongst themselves. Frederick, Nico, and Genesis fight amongst themselves because they'll all fight for fronting time, since letting the littles front is kind of rare nowadays, just because of all the things that can go on. So when we do let one front, they'll all fight for each other. Not for each other, but they'll all fight for wanting to front. So that can get quite loud when there are 3 children fighting in your head wanting to front. It's quite annoying. I say 3 children, like I'm not a year older than Quinn. But onto Gizmo. As I said, Gizmo and Foster interact really well. We try not to let Gizmo interact with Nico because they run their mouth quite a lot. but Gizmo does interact pretty well with everyone else. It's usually okay. Luna, we try not to let them interact with the littles. Any of the ones who have a tendency to swear, we don't let them interact with Nico, just because Nico really doesn't like swearing. So we try not to, but Nico and Quinn interact really well. They're kind of best friends, and interact really well, and Luna just kind of gets along really well with people in general. And then on to finally me, Rain. I'm not really a people person. I just kind of exist, and yeah, I'm just here existing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm just here. But yeah, that's all I got for now. I guess this is kind of a series now, just kind of system things with Augustus. So yeah, we're open to questions as this goes on. Q&A, maybe? I don't know. I'd need enough questions for that. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys right now. I'm gonna go try to catch up on all my editing. Bye.